What if I told you there's a car that costs less than some people's smartphones on a monthly plan, yet it delivers the freedom of zero-emission driving? The Leapmotor T03 is not just another small EV, it's proof that electric mobility is no longer reserved for the wealthy. This is the car making city driving affordable, simple, and even a little fun. The Leapmotor T03, in its latest 2025 version, builds on the idea of democratizing electric cars. It's a compact hatchback designed for urban life, offering a balance of approachable design, usable range, and surprising technology. In this review, we'll walk through its design, interior, driving feel, safety features, and price to see whether it's the budget-friendly EV that truly delivers. First glance at the exterior tells you this car was designed to feel approachable rather than intimidating. It's short and upright, standing just over 3.6 meters long, which makes threading through crowded city streets effortless. The face is friendly, round LED headlights that resemble bright eyes, with smooth curves that make the car feel cheerful rather than serious. Around back, a slim LED strip stretches across the tailgate, adding a modern touch. Now look at the wheels, simple 14 or 15-inch alloys, just the right size for efficiency but styled to look neat. And yes, it comes in colors that pop: sky blue, soft pink, bright white, or classic black for those who want subtlety. This is the kind of design you'd spot instantly in a parking lot, not because it screams for attention, but because it carries an innocent charm. Open the door, and you'll be surprised by how airy the cabin feels. Despite being a compact EV, the Leapmotor T03 doesn't feel cramped. The dashboard is clean, with a large 10.1-inch central screen as the main hub, paired with a fully digital instrument cluster behind the wheel. Minimal buttons keep things neat, giving the interior a futuristic but uncluttered vibe. The seats, wrapped in synthetic leather or fabric depending on trim, are supportive enough for daily drives, and the driving position is upright, giving you a clear view of the road. Rear space is fine for 2 adults on short trips or kids for longer ones, and the folding backrests add flexibility for shopping runs. It's not a luxury lounge, but the simplicity and quietness give it a refreshing feel. Here's where the little T03 really surprises: performance. The motor produces about 75 horsepower and 95 Nm of torque. Doesn't sound like much? In a car this light, it feels punchy enough. 0 to 50 km/h takes around 5 seconds, which means you can dart through traffic without hesitation. Top speed sits near 100 to 110 km/h, making highway stints possible, though the car feels happiest in city environments. Steering is light, parking is effortless, and regenerative braking adds both efficiency and a smoother drive in stop-and-go traffic. Think of it this way: you won't win drag races, but you'll smile every time you glide past a gas station. Take a look at how Leapmotor handles safety, because this is where budget EVs often cut corners. The T03 comes standard with ABS, electronic stability control, and multiple airbags. Higher trims step it up with lane departure warning, forward collision mitigation, and even adaptive cruise control, rare features in cars at this price. And here's something thoughtful: the alerts are tuned to sound soft and calm rather than startling, making the experience less stressful. For first-time EV buyers, that kind of detail builds trust. And then there's the question of range. The T03's battery pack delivers up to 403 km on the NEDC cycle, but in the real world, expect closer to 300. For a city commuter, that means you could drive all week without needing a charge. Charging from a home wall outlet overnight is easy, and fast charging options are available depending on market. That practicality makes it more than just a cheap EV, it's a genuinely usable one. So what about the price? Here's the part that gets people talking. Depending on market, the Leapmotor T03 starts around $9,000 and tops out close to $11,000 for higher trims. To put that into perspective, it costs less than half of many mainstream EVs and often comes with more standard tech. That makes it one of the most affordable ways to enter the electric world. The Leapmotor T03 isn't a car built to impress at first glance, it's built to make electric driving possible for almost everyone. And that's the magic: it's a small car with a big message. Would you consider making this your daily commuter, or do you think small EVs still have a long way to go before replacing gas hatchbacks? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your take. Urban driving can be unpredictable, but the Leapmotor T03 makes it effortless. Compact dimensions and light steering mean navigating tight corners, crowded streets, and parallel parking feels natural. It's a car that disappears into traffic when you need it, yet stands out just enough to feel distinctive. Take a look at how the short overhangs give it a playful stance while enhancing maneuverability. It's small, but it doesn't feel toy-like. Battery and energy management are where the T03 really shines in everyday use. The liquid-cooled battery pack isn't just about longevity, it keeps temperatures steady during hot or cold weather, so performance doesn't drop off. Real-world range hovers around 300 kilometers, which is plenty for a city commuter. Most importantly, the car tells you everything you need on the intuitive touchscreen: charge level, range, nearby chargers, and even eco-driving tips to squeeze out every extra kilometer. Imagine never worrying about running out of juice mid-errand. That's the kind of stress-free driving experience the T03 delivers. Tech inside the cabin goes beyond the basics. The 10.1-inch touchscreen connects wirelessly with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, letting you stream music, follow navigation, and even make calls without fumbling with cables. Over-the-air updates are another smart feature. Leapmotor can push improvements to your car remotely, so your EV continues to feel fresh and modern long after purchase. For first-time EV owners, it's comforting to know the car keeps evolving without trips to the dealership. Safety continues to impress. Standard ABS, stability control, and airbags are complemented by lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, and collision mitigation in higher trims. The calm, unobtrusive alerts make it easier to focus on driving rather than being startled by alarms. Battery safety is robust too. The liquid-cooled pack has passed rigorous tests to prevent overheating or fire, giving drivers confidence that safety isn't just an afterthought. Ownership experience in the T03 is surprisingly convenient. Charging at home overnight is simple, and public fast chargers make longer trips viable if needed. Maintenance is minimal compared to gas-powered hatchbacks: no oil changes, fewer moving parts, and regenerative braking reduces wear on pads. Add in a compact size that fits anywhere, and suddenly even a city apartment dweller finds it easy to live with an EV. This car isn't just cheap up front, it saves time, money, and stress every day. Compared with competitors, the T03 punches above its weight. Cars like the Wuling Mini EV or Ora R1 are smaller and less equipped, while pricier models from mainstream brands may offer more power or luxury but demand significantly higher budgets. The T03 strikes a balance between affordability, usable range, and modern tech that most rivals can't match at this price. Imagine being able to drive an electric car that feels future-ready without spending a fortune. That's where the T03 wins. The driving experience, though modest in horsepower, is surprisingly engaging for city streets. Quick bursts from traffic lights or smooth, regenerative braking gives a slight, one-pedal, driving feel, and the suspension absorbs bumps without rattling the cabin. On longer drives, you'll notice the quietness of the electric motor. Wind and tire noise are the only reminders that you're moving. For an urban EV, that quiet serenity feels luxurious. Everyday practicality meets personality in this little EV. The rear seats fold flat for groceries or a small weekend trip. Interior storage compartments are well thought out, with cubbies, cup holders, and a glove box that's easy to reach. The simple but cheerful color palette inside mirrors the exterior's friendly vibe, making the cabin feel welcoming, especially for younger buyers or those stepping into EVs for the first time. Finally, pricing is the icing on the cake. Starting around $9,000 and topping out near $11,000, the T03 challenges the notion that electric mobility is expensive. For a fully equipped city-ready EV, that's nearly unbeatable value. Consider that most cars in this price range are gas-powered with no tech or safety features comparable to the T03, and it's easy to see why this EV is gaining attention. In conclusion, the Leapmotor T03 proves that electric cars can be affordable, practical, and fun without feeling cheap. It's not a hypercar or a luxury sedan. It doesn't need to be. It's an intelligent, cheerful, and capable city EV designed to make daily driving simpler and more enjoyable. From the quiet cabin to the responsive motor, the intuitive tech, and surprisingly comprehensive safety, it delivers an impressive package for its price. So, would you make the Leapmotor T03 your city companion, or do you still prefer traditional hatchbacks? Comment below with your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this detailed review, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more EV insights, and hit the bell so you never miss our latest car explorations. This little EV might be small, but it carries a big message: electric mobility for everyone.